Okay, so I'm really late. Hi. Hi. That did not work out well. Um, Hi all. I was looking at the wrong clock and I ran downstairs to get some yarn and then there was delivery and I don't even know if this is actually live. Hold on. This is crazy. Am I really here? I don't know if I'm here. Um, okay, hold on. Wow, this is going very well. So I've never done a YouTube live and I was trying to get it set up with my camera switcher because I thought I would demo a few things, but I ran downstairs. I don't even have my yarn. This is wacky and I don't even know. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, thank you, Donna. I was about to say, I've only done Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives when I can see who's here. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, you guys. Hi. What a hot mess this was. Okay. So I ran downstairs because, hold on, I'm going to go to my camera switcher for a second. Let's even see. Hold on. Overhead. Yeah, no. All right, next time, I will do this so perfectly that I'll have little demos going, but now it is, yeah, not happening. I'm going to give up. Hold on. Am I giving up? Am I really? Yeah, I'm totes giving up. Okay, never mind. So hi, you guys. Miss everybody. I miss seeing everybody so much. So tell me, first of all, since this is our virginal live launch, and here I am in my upstate makeshift, turning a guest bedroom into my filming studio. Tell me, how is the lighting situation? Because I took the glass out of this picture because my husband thought I needed a little color behind me, but I couldn't get the light position in such a way that it wasn't crazy. So that was a hot mess. And then let me just ask you for next time, for when I do have this set up, is this camera over here is that icky and annoying? Should I, because I also have a, oh my God, use your words. I'm so not posting this to my YouTube channel. This is just going to be between us. Tripod. I brought another tripod that I can put this camera on and sort of try to see if I can stand it off to the side. Would that be more better? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm going to try to read the comments. I look and sound great. I might sound great, but I'm going to turn this light off or move this because it's shining in my face. But I doubt I look great. But thank you. There is, I gotta say, and tell me out there in TV land if anyone else feels like that. I must say there's an advantage to being the person that never wears makeup and doesn't dye her hair, because there's no big transition for me. You know, a lot of my friends who dye their hair and are a little more like perfect, get their nails done every week, get their hair, like I don't do this is how I look all the time. You know, they're a little more freaking out, but for me, everything's a-okay. Hi, this is so fun that I can see all of your comments. Can I just say how sorry I am that I was so late. This was supposed to go live at 2:00. So we're going to do it again next Wednesday, and I'll have a demo ready to amuse you. So if people want to, post a comment about what kind of things you'd like to see demoed, I thought I might show you some fun, cast-ons, something fun. But I did want to tell you a couple things, news. Okay, so first of all, good news. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's not good news and bad news. It's just good news and news. Okay, so for those of you who are in, um, this is the mini of Palm Canyon. Tell me out there in TV land who's going to join me for Palm Canyon's knit along. We are hi Anne. We are over 700 strong so far, which is awesome. We are still in our pre-registration period. It went on sale March 15th, and we don't cast on until April 12th, so plenty of time to join. And for those of you who've been in my video sweater classes before, you know you can join anytime. You can jump in anytime. Just the joy of jumping in before June 1st, before it's over, is, you know, it's on sale. Okay, good news and news. Good news is I've been getting a lot of messages once shelter in place went into place for Massachusetts, wondering about webs and are they still shipping? Yes, they are still shipping because they, long before the shelter in place order came in, they chose to close their store to keep their staff safe. And they went to, and they shut everything down. They did a giant top to bottom deep cleaning of the warehouse, everything. And so they have a small number of people that are still working in the warehouse and they're still shipping. I'm just reading. Oh, Deborah's starting her gate swatch. Signed up and got my yarn. Excellent. Nancy joined but haven't purchased yarn. So Nancy, get that yarn order in because they are shipping away. The other news is the orders for Seagate, the Seagate sweater kit are going boffo. I've gotten about 25 orders already, and I've sent in all the paid orders to Anzula. Just an update, Anzula is all hand dyed to order. So the website said, 3 to 4 weeks for delivery from the time of ordering. Out of an abundance of caution, Anzula has also gone down to a one-woman show. So she's working really hard round the clock to dye all those orders. I just sent her an order for like 130 skeins of yarn. So if it's going to be later than 3 to 4 weeks, I will let people know. I'm just going to catch up on comments here. Someone's asking about a pattern that I didn't design. So sorry if I can't do pattern support for a pattern I didn't design, but if you want to go to my YouTube channel and look at seaming videos, someone was asking about seaming. Nancy, can't wait for my Seagate to come. Me too. So the other thing I want to show you, which I really should not be showing you, because this is for my fall video sweater class. And you might think, oh, fall, that's so far away. It's really not. Like, I got to get cracking because it's going to be, it's good. Let's just say if I can accomplish what I'm going to try to accomplish. And by the way, I might be insane. So I might not be able to do this. But if I can accomplish everything I hope, it will have more options than volition. So the doorbell just rang here upstate, where my yarn just got delivered, and the very nice mail person very safely left it outside the door. That's the right thing for them to do. I very safely opened up the box outside the door. That's what I'm supposed to do. I very safely wiped all the bags down. But I just wanted to show you. I'm not going to show you the label because I never tell you what the yarn is for a video sweater class before it happens. But here's one. I can't. There's such a delay on YouTube. I can't tell. I can't tell how shiny this is. Okay, here's one. It's just a beautiful, gorgeous color. And here's the other. Okay, and there's more. There's actually more yarn, but just want to show you that. Okay, so what I want to know, and I'm trying to read the comments without the other, I thought I'd clean my glasses before I did this live, and I was in the kitchen running these glasses underwater. That's why there's water on them. And I looked at the clock on the oven and I said, wait, it's not 2:10, is it? And my husband's like, yeah. So I went running upstairs. But anyway, okay, I'm going to just pop these on so I can try to read through the drops. Oh, gorgeous wool. Yes, it is. So what I want to know is, talk to me. I miss being with you guys. I miss teaching live. So just type in some comments. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're working on. I'd love to know. Here at Lyons, upstate, I feel like today is my dividing line where I'm going to start knitting again. I haven't been knitting because the video sweater class is going to launch soon. So I was filming like a mad woman as things started to become evident in New York, the turn we were all making, that I was going to get out of the city. So I was filming like crazy and I got all the videos done, but one I forgot to film. So there'll be one video that is not on the same white background as everything else. But anyway, so what I've been doing is editing videos like mad, writing tutorials, and getting the first pattern clue ready to launch for April 12th. I still have a lot more videos to edit. But I usually try to get everything in the can, everything edited and all the parts ready. But I think for this, I'm just going to be playing like a little bit ahead. But now I'm going to turn my attention to knitting. So, oh, Pam's making masks. Thank you. I thank you for my sister who's a doctor. I'll tell you a story about that in a second. Oh, repair work on a shawl Nancy's dog ate her shawl. Oh my God, that is so sad. Hi, Bonnie. Just finished. Oh, just finished banding tea. Oh. I'm so excited. Please post pictures on the Ravelry group. Next you're going to finish Tortola. Oh, finishing a young girl sweater. That's so nice. Oh, and seaming it together. Don't forget, lots of free seaming videos on my YouTube channel. Oh, that's so good. So, while you're all here, while I have you all here, I just want to have one little public service announcement for my sister and for all the other people out there on the front lines of the healthcare, all the healthcare workers. There are a lot of great sites out there for mask donations, and I posted one on my Instagram story. And I'm also going to, next week, they're going to be my charity. So I'm going to tell you about my charity drive in a second. If you own an N95 mask, please give it up. We don't need it. Only the healthcare workers need it. Masks are for the healthcare workers. If you are healthy and you're sheltering in place, as we should be, and we're staying 6 feet apart from people as we should be, we're not the ones who need the masks. It's our healthcare workers that need the mask. Please, please, please. In New York City, we're already totally out of supplies, and our healthcare workers are reusing what was originally supposed to be a disposable mask and, the gowns that they would reuse after each patient. Then they went to wearing them for 4 hours. Then they went to wearing them for 12 hours. Now they're putting them in Ziploc bags and they're reusing them, and people are up to 4 days. So please, please, please. That's what I want to say about that. So thank you to all who are working on sewing the correct patterns, the fitted patterns. What healthcare workers are using those for is one of two things. They're using them to put them on patients who are coming in who might have COVID, and they're using them to cover their N95 masks to help them last a little longer. Yeah. So it was Because it's just us, I'll just vent for a second. There's a certain hashtag going around that is, naughty, uses the F word. That's about stay the F home. Hashtag stay the F home. And I put that as a banner on my personal Facebook page, not my business page, it's my personal page. So that's coming into my house, right? Personal page. And someone was all indignant and wrote, I'm deleting you, such crudeness. Funnily enough, I went to her Facebook page and it turns out she's making masks for her friends and selling them for $10, which I think is crude. I think it's crude if you have sewing skills to not be putting them to use to donate masks. But there, that's just me. Okay. That being said, one of I can't read this. Darcy, no community masks and sanitizer. That's why I'm going to do this fundraiser. So I just want to talk to you about my pattern fundraisers. So I don't know how many of you are on Instagram. A lot of you might have seen this on Instagram because I advertised it. It's 2:00 on Instagram. Sorry, you guys. And I put it on Facebook as well. So what I'm doing is I started out, I said I was going to donate some patterns to all of you as a thank you. And I did. I donated 2 free patterns. But I am going to switch gears on that a little bit. So what happened was when I put up the first free pattern and I did a pattern link, my intention was to say thank you to all of you who keep me in business, my people that follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and my loyal, lovely knitters who, without you, there's no me. I'm not in business. However, there's some pattern hoarding going on right now, and there's some Ravelry groups that are going around and swooping up as many codes as they can and posting them publicly, which is not what designers are meaning to do when they're sharing something as a gift to their followers, to their fans, to their subscribers. So all of a sudden, 3,000 of these patterns were downloaded. And when that happened, I realized, wait a minute, we could do better. So I created a charity code for $2, just $2 to get the pattern, where 100% of that money would go to charity. And I did that for 2 patterns so far, but it's still mostly free downloads and not that much for charity. So I am going to shift that, and I'm going to continue to offer patterns, but instead of just offering them for free, I'm going to offer them for just $2. But I'm not keeping any of that money. So I'm going to ask 2 options. You can either, every 3 days, I'll put up another pattern on Instagram and Facebook to say, this is the charity pattern. If you want to pay full price, all $6 goes to charity. If you want to get a pattern at a third off, you get a pattern for just $2, and 100% of that will go to charity. So this week's charity is One Fair Wage, and One Fair Wage is offering wages to all of the tip-dependent workers, all of the low-salary workers, people that have been laid off, people that have been furloughed, the people that, are going to lose their houses, their homes. It's an amazing, wonderful, wonderful organization. Next week, I am going to raise money for one of the organizations that is raising money for protective gear for hospitals. They're raising money so that they can purchase, because right now there's so much price gouging, right? $10 a mask. Those masks were, N95 masks were $2, about between $1.75 and $2 a piece before this happened. And now they're being sold for $10 to $15 a piece. So we're raising money so that, sadly, we can put money in the pocket of these gougers and buy up masks and get masks to people like Darcy and my sister and everybody else that's out there. So that's what I'm doing. So I hope you can help. You'll still get a great pattern at $2 versus, full price. And I hope people are okay with that I'm switching gears a little bit to a gift to you, to still a gift to you because it's a $2 pattern, but it's also a gift from us. It's a gift from us to everybody who's in such dire need. So I hope that's okay. Comment sort of stopped, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop talking. Okay, so tell me what else is going on in your lives. And by the way, Nancy, the shawl that your dog ate, I'm almost afraid to ask this. Was it lace? I'm scared for the answer. Oh, Deborah says they were 99 cents. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So here's the thing, and this is the last thing I want to say. The last sort of like bummer. It's not a bummer. When after 9/11, after the big blackout, there were more stories of amazing people than horrible people. But know this: tragedy and crisis separates, the old expression, the men from the boys, which I hate that expression because, like, where are the women in that? But I feel like crisis and tragedy is similar to drinking. Bear with me. I think drinking just accentuates your true personality. You don't become a different person. You're just more of a fun person, or you're more of a not fun person. So what happens is we begin to see people's true colors. And so I'm seeing that what was really interesting to me, I'm just going to be straight up honest with you here. I recognize the email addresses. I recognize the RAV names of my customers. I recognize them. So when I do a search for the last charity pattern, most of the people downloading it for free were not people that have ever purchased a pattern from me or have ever supported me, have ever knew me. Most people that use the charity code for $2 are my customers, and some of those names I recognize, and some of those names are people that I know are out of work and that I know are struggling. So the interesting thing is people that are struggling are often the ones to step up when they're actually the ones in need. And it's often the rich with their hands out. So I had posted something on Facebook about I was annoyed with New Yorkers who are sheltering in place, who can't go to work. They don't need to ride the subway. So there's a monthly card. And a lot of people are whining like, I want a refund on my monthly card. And I posted like, hey, whiny New Yorkers, how about you donate your unlimited Metro card to a healthcare worker or your mail carrier or your grocery store worker? They need it. And a friend of mine who isn't a New Yorker and also I think misunderstood said maybe the people that are asking for a refund are healthcare workers or grocery store workers. Did you ever think of that? And I said, no, because those are the ones who are still going to work. They need their Metro card. Also, unfortunately, New York City monthly unlimited cards are so expensive that only people that are well off enough who can afford to purchase them. People that are living paycheck to paycheck can't. So it is generally those that are well off with their hand out, which is kind of crazy. I talked to a very overworked Delta agent when I was calling to cancel yet another flight. And she was being very professional. And then at the end of the call, I said, by the way, and you don't have to answer this, but how are you doing? Are you hanging in there? And I could hear her voice break a little. And she said, it's been rough. We're trying to handle all the calls from our customers who need to cancel flights. But we're also getting so many calls from the platinum and diamond members who want to know about what will happen to their medallion status if they can't fly and it's, quote, not their fault. So that just made me go, are you kidding? Are you, kidding? But anyway, that's what I have to say about that. Oh, Nancy says sort of lace. Ay. I frogged back before. Oh, bummer. Super bummer. Yeah, I do cover fixing lace in one of my DVDs, but I'm sorry, Nancy. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, so here's what I want to know from you guys before I get back to work. Next week, where I'm going to be really organized. I'm going to be professional. We're going to have the camera switcher done. We're going to show up on time. What I'd like to know is what kind of things would you like to see? What distractions do you need? And I promise next week I won't get on my soapbox. This was my this is my soapbox time and I'm done. I just had a moment, but I'm over it. Those of you who know me, you know who I am. I speak my mind. It's a love it or leave it situation. Okay. But next week, what I want to know is what can I do to distract you? What can I do to educate you? What can I do to bring some fun? So I want to hear from you guys. I'm assuming, I guess I'll add this to my YouTube channel with some apologies. So I guess you can keep commenting. This is my first YouTube live, so I don't Sorry. Nancy just said soapbox are fun. Oh my God, Nancy. I freaking love you. Oh my God. But yeah. So I want to know what would make you happy, what would distract you, and what would dress up in costume. Nancy, I kind of am dressed up in costume. I wanted to show you this. So last week, about a week and a half ago, my husband and I, we fled from New York. I feel bad about it, but we live in a very small apartment. So I'll just tell you quickly the story of this house. So for those of you who, Pam costume, yes. For those of you who do follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you probably already heard the story. So I'm going to say it really quickly. It has been my dream for about 20 years to own a little cabin in the woods, a little weekend house. And we've saved and saved and saved. And it just, the dream just kept getting farther and farther away. Donna, dress up in costume sounds fun. All right, I'll think about it. But I'll hold on. So the dream kept getting farther away, especially about a decade ago when I left my extremely lucrative career as a Broadway stage manager to go into yarn full time, which is now more than a decade ago. Holy cramoly. Which was now 13 years ago. Is that right? Yeah. So a while back, we realized that about 3 years ago, we realized we would never be able to afford a country house. So we downsized. We sold our large 2-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn, and we moved one block to a smaller one so that we could have the money to buy this house. Then right after we bought it, we had a flood. All the pipes burst in the house. Anyway, it's been a long journey, but now we have this beautiful house in the woods. And when we realized the city was going to go on lockdown, we thought, being my husband and I both trying to work from home in our 850 square foot apartment, which only has one office, my office. So he would have to just sit on the couch in the living room, which is not kosher. So instead we came up here. So when we came up here, we didn't pack a lot of clothes. So what mostly is in the country house are sort of like old junky clothes that we don't care about wearing because we don't go anywhere. So I need to, hold on, I'm going to switch to my other camera where I can see because there's such a delay on YouTube. So what I'm wearing right now, just sort of stand for a second. Okay, so does everyone see? So what this sweater is, which I brought up when we first moved here, I brought up a bunch of junk clothes. This sweater is the second sweater I ever knit, which was, hold on, I was working at Lincoln Center. So I knit this sweater. Oh God, I can't do math. It was 2001. It was about 20 years ago. The first sweater I ever knit, there's no evidence of. There's one photo. There's one photo of it lying on the floor because it was too small to put on. So this sweater is the second sweater I ever knit and the first sweater I could ever put on, because the first sweater was too small to even get it on. It's, if anyone's ever been to ow, there's hair in my eye. I know, I just washed my hands. I'm touching my eye. I know, I literally just washed my hands. I just washed my hands because I had to disinfect all these bags of yarn. And then, anyway, I teach a lecture called Oops, I Accidentally Knit a Dress, Tales of Lies, Heartbreak, and Denial. And the first sweater I ever knit is on there. Okay, so hold on. I have to catch up. Dress up in costume. So first of all, I don't have costumes upstate. I have nothing. I barely have clothes. What we're going to do on Friday is we're going to probably get in the car after my husband finishes work, drive back to Brooklyn, double park, run inside, pack up more stuff, and then head back. So I'll see what I can come up with as far as costume goes. Everything you teach is informative. Oh, that is a super sweet and does not help me narrow things down. Oh, thank you, Deborah. That's another vote for costume. You guys are horrible people, but I love you. I want to know. Okay, Deborah, I will tell you. Hold on, I'm going to answer this one in a second. I want to know. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough about living in New York. Tubular cast on. Ooh. Okay. Pam. Here, I'm going to ask a personal favor of my friend Pam, who's here. Pam, will you text me when I finish? And just text me the word tubular cast on so I can remember. So first of all, thank you about saying that, Linda, about New York. I will say I will not lie to you right now. I'm really worried about my city. I'm very, very worried about my city. I love my city. I love New Yorkers. We're tough. We're we're best in crisis because we really do help each other in crisis. We're pretty mean to each other, not in crisis, but we're really nice to tourists. We really shine when the what hits the fan. So after 9/11, everyone was pretty awesome, and the blackout, everyone was pretty awesome. So now New Yorkers are really stepping up. But I'm not. I can't quite paint a rosy picture. After 9/11, we didn't get the funding we needed from the federal government because of politics, because we were a Democratic city in a non-Democratic president at the time. Sound familiar? So after 9/11, we all got to watch our garbage pile up on the streets and not enough money for the subway, and the city started to fall apart a little bit. And then we did bounce back. We really bounced back. I really worry about my city. I worry that it's going to become the 70s in New York again. So, yeah, Hurricane Sandy. Well, we're still not rebuilt from that. That kicked us in the you-know-what. I'm worried sick about New Orleans. If anyone's out there from New Orleans, things are not looking, that's the next city we have to keep our eye on. Things aren't looking good there. So please keep New Orleans in your heart. They've gone through enough tragedy for 10 lifetimes. So they don't deserve this. They don't. So I'm keeping an eye on New Orleans. I love that city so much. I love that city. It's just a remarkable city. There was a question here of, I want to know about your daily routine when you're not traveling. Okay, so I'm going to tell you because it's just us, and it's not like this is being published on YouTube for the public. I'm horrible without structure. I'm a hot mess. My friends know this. First of all, for 22 years I worked in theater. And so for 22 years, my clock was set, and my clock was this. I would wake up around 11 a.m., stay in my jammies, have coffee, read the paper, watch All My Children, which back in the day when All My Children was on. And then I would sort of start being slightly productive around 2. When I was on Broadway, Wednesday we had a matinee. Thursday day and Friday day we had understudy rehearsals and then shows at night. Saturday we had 2 shows. Sunday we had 2 shows. So my week was very long. People think like when you're in theater you just work at night. It's not. It's very long hours. It's Tuesday night, and then it's pretty much Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, noon to 11:30. Saturday was about noon to 11:30, and Sunday just the mat. So I can't get that timing out of my body. So I'm still kind of a hot mess. So now my routine upstate is this. I had a moment of sheer, blind, insane panic when we first got here, when I thought I wouldn't have what my husband calls my morning friends, which is my team on New York One. That's my local news station. That's Pat and Jamie and Annika and Eric. They're my morning friends. And then I realized I had the Spectrum app on Apple TV, and when I found out I could watch New York One up here, I almost cried. They're keeping me sane. They're the most amazing team. So my morning routine, I wake up. I'm torn between Morning Edition and New York One. So what I do is I'll often listen to Morning Edition on my iPhone. This is like more information than what you want to know. On my iPhone, sitting up in bed, while my iPad has New York One on, and I'll like toggle back and forth the volume if one story is interesting. But then usually I let go of Morning Edition to go only over to New York One about 8:30 before Pat's in the papers. So then from 9 to 10, they're doing a phone-in show, which is great. Then at 10 o'clock, I get to listen to All Things Considered, Morning Edition on KCRW. So again, I don't really start going until in the ish of noon, because then in the morning while I'm listening to Morning Edition, I answer all of your emails. So first of all, y'all have about 1 million ways to reach me now. So that soup's fun. No, I love you, but it's a lot. So I get emails from you, direct messages on Twitter, direct messages on Facebook. I have to respond to all the comments on Facebook. Direct messages on Instagram. I have to respond to all the comments on Instagram. Then I have to pop over to the Rav board and answer all the questions there. So that's a lot. So what I'm trying to do, so basically in answer to your question, in the best of all possible scenarios, I don't have a good work ethic. Now that my life is so distracted by worrying about my friends and checking in and FaceTime and my text thread with my family, and I'm really not accomplishing anything. So I gave myself, and this is important for all of y'all, I gave myself a week to be a hot mess. So my husband and I got here a week and 1 day ago. So this is like the beginning of my non-hot messnesses. I'm gonna scroll back for a second and catch up on comments. So for those of you who are working from home and having trouble focusing, does anyone know Edie Ekman out there in TV land? She's a friend of mine and a brilliant knitwear designer, crocheter, and just like an all-around awesome person. So she's so much better than I am at, I'm going to go ahead and say everything. But she's really organized. And so one thing she does is she tells me I'm supposed to turn off my email. Don't let it boing. but turn off my email and then just turn it on maybe once every hour or every 2 hours or something. So I think what I'm going to try doing is I'm going to try, embracing like what would Edie do. And what I'm going to try to start doing starting today is break my day into hourly chunks. Because if I look at my to-do list and I look at like the big picture plan, so the big picture plan is I have to get my new Mac set up, which the 4-quad processor, so I can film video classes. I have to order all the new connectors that I need for that. I have to test Zoom with, oh, by the way, if anyone wants to be a test student for like a test live video class, you can email me at info@pattylyons.com. You won't actually learn a class. You'll just be a tester. And then you'll get like a coupon for the first time I do a class. I have to do that. I have to design and start really thinking through my video sweater class for the fall, which is huge. I still have so much work to do on Affinity because that's not till the fall, my fall retreat. And, fingers crossed, the fall retreat is going. I'm living for that. Out in coastal Maine in the fall, if we're not healthy by September in the middle of Maine, I don't know what. But anyway, then I have all these long-term projects like, how I keep saying my web store will open soon? So you all are so wonderful. I did pack up DVDs. I did pack up my printer, everything, because I'm still taking DVD orders. I'm still shipping from here. But you know how I keep saying like, oh, this form that you fill out and then me sending you a payment link. That's just temporary while I get my web store set up. I need to get my web store set up. But if I just look at that big to-do list, I freak out, right? And I accomplish nothing. So I'm going to start breaking it down into hourly chunks. Like I'm going to finish this and then the next hour will be, I'm going to give myself an hour then to look at, answer all the questions on Rav, process all the orders that have come in for the Seagate sweaters kit, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll say, okay, so then at 4:00 I'll do, fill in the blank. So, what are you all doing? Like, is that, aww, that's so nice. Rachel just said, I asked the Delta agent the same question. It's just so nice. It's so nice to take a second and say, how are you doing? Because, my friend works in customer service and she like, you can't believe how impatient people can be and how me. People are dying, but like, am I going to get my sweater delivered on time? I'm sorry. I'll try to get right on that. Oh, thank you, Katie. Me too, you. Katie says, thanks you for keeping me company. Yeah, I really miss you guys. You got to understand, I'm not, I'm a live teacher. I do this live. So I had, VK Seattle, then Stitches, then Yarn Over, then Knitting in the Heartland. There's one more I'm forgetting. Anyway, I had a lot of jobs canceled. That's fun financially. But also, like, I miss all of you, I miss seeing all of you. Oh, see, Rachel said she'd signed up at Stitches United. Yeah. Oh, that one. Oh, that wasn't tendonitis, by the way. That was, if you want to get all technical, that was the only time I had ever had to cancel a job. That was epimedial, now I forgot how to say it. Epimedial condylitis. It's, and it still hurts, but now my arm functions again. It's commonly known as golfer's elbow or climber's elbow. Climbers get it. But yeah, that was crazy. It was a very atypical presentation of epimedial. That's it, epimedial condylitis. And I actually lost the use of my entire arm. So that can happen sometimes where it locks up your arm. So I couldn't even lift my arm. So the job that I had before that, Let's see if I can do it. I think Pam might have. Pam, were you at the job that I can't remember? So this arm basically didn't bend. So I was doing like, I was doing the craziest like knitting demos. It was nutso. You do private one-on-one things too, says Pam. I had put a pin in that for now. I wasn't taking any more bookings because I was just getting too many requests, and there was my schedule had gotten too complicated. So I did put a pin in that. I might come back to it, but right now I really want to focus on getting the group live classes going. And as Pam well knows, because Pam was the one who talked to me on the phone for like 2 hours helping me pick up my new computer. As Pam well knows, I needed to purchase a lot of new equipment for that because here I'm on my MacBook Air, and it's not fast enough. So for a class, I need 2 cameras. I need the whole schmagang. Anyway, let's see if I missed anything. So what are all of your daily routines like? Oh, by the way, in addition to thanking your Delta agent, please, everyone, when you go to the grocery store, I hope you're just take that second. You can't take the person's hand, but do take that second to say thank you so much to every single person that's working in the grocery store, because there's so much focus, as there should be, on our healthcare providers. They're on the front lines, and soon the news will start to come in, and it won't be good for what happens to people. But there's other people on the front lines, and those are the people delivering your mail, your UPS, those of us who live in cities whose subways are still running, the people that work the subways, but the people that work the drugstores and the grocery stores. It's rough for them. So also take a second to say thank you so much to everyone when you go to the store. That's what I have to say about that. Okay. So I'm going to get back to filming. I still have one last video to film on this guy. And I just finished doing all the part 1 tutorials, and I'm really excited. It's a little, it always gets more complicated the more options you give. So I'm hoping that newer knitters who are in Palm Canyon know that you can just knit it exactly as designed. But, you know, my hardcore knitters, they want to know, like, what else they can do. So, so there you go. All right, so I'm probably going to hop off because it's, oh my God, it's already 3 o'clock. I am so sorry I was late. I will definitely think through the costume situation. I'm going to demo tubular cast on. That sounds really fun. That sounds like a fun thing to demo. I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if I can get some swatches from home. Yeah. Oh, also, seen you model 2 sweaters front and back and have a question on 2. Can you leave out the V-neck and can the sweater... Oh, so do you mean the current one, Palm Canyon? This guy? This one? Yeah, so the tutorials, the modifications include all the different neck combination options. So V-neck, crew neck is how it's designed. But what about crew neck, boat neck, meaning straight across bind up, scoop neck, boat neck, all sorts. So if that's the one you mean, if it's, oh, that's okay. As far as, can it be made for a guy? I mean, that's up to the guy. Like, you know, I'm not telling anyone what they can and can't wear. So it's an integrated sleeve. So there's more room here. Yeah, show it to the guy. See if they like it. You know, see if they want it longer sleeves. Oh, and, yeah, thanks. Please be nice to everyone who's working through this. Yeah. Yeah, the fall videos class I will tell you that one of the things I'm working on, in addition to the 8 million other options, is that I want it to be a unisex garment and maybe even have children's sizes. But I might just be insane because I do that because I'm crazy. All right, let me do a quick scroll back to see if there's anything else that I missed. Susan, everyone click the thumbs up. You're awesome. Thank you. All right, I think I can. Oh, Nancy, need to go to Erin Lane, check out their videos on the planner. You know, I love that planner. I saw that planner, and that was one of the grand prizes in a grand prize package of one of my knit-alongs. You know, I've got a million planners. It doesn't help me. I just have to. I really think Edie's suggestion of setting hour by hour and then setting alarms. I get distracted so easily. And the fact that you all can message me 29,000 different ways doesn't help, because I always want to answer everyone's questions immediately. So I'm insane. Okay, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you so much I am so sorry for being late. Remember, I was a stage manager for 22 years. So our expression was, if you're on time, you're late, right? Meaning, to a stage manager, we arrive early. So for me to be like, hey, it's 2:15 for my 2 o'clock live, that to me is behaving like an actor. Just kidding. I love you guys. I love actors. All right, I'm going to go. Bye. This was super fun, and I'm going to do it so much better next time. Okay, what do we say? What do we say when we sign off on everything I ever do now? Anyone who knows, type it along with me, because here I'm going to say it. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, knit on. See you next week.